That day, an old man missing half his face showed up at my door. He handed me a small box, his voice all business. Press the button, and you get $1,000,000. Right away, taxes already paid. The catch was that somewhere in the world, someone totally unrelated to us would die. I was skeptical right off the bat. The old man opened his case and laid $1,000,000 in front of me. I'd never seen that much cash. He casually pulled out 100, shoved it into my hand, said it was a gift. Then he told me, take 24 hours to think. Tomorrow at this time the box will be taken back, he said, and he'll move on to someone else. I stared at the box and felt a hollow in my chest. That night my husband came home from work and I told him everything. He didn't buy it. He grabbed a screwdriver and ripped the box open. It was empty, just a button. He said, if this is real, then if we take the money, we'd also be responsible for that stranger's death. I thought it sounded insane too, but $1,000,000 sitting in front of you is like fire. It slowly burns reason away. On our income, we'd never see that number in a lifetime. I wavered. My finger pressed the button. We chose the money. Not long after, the police got a call. When officers arrived, a woman lay dead in the middle of a living room, shot through the chest. Her little girl was curled up in the bathroom. In that moment, my stomach clenched like an ice hand. This was proof of the price. Then the old man showed up like he promised and put $1,000,000 on our table. The cash on the table felt like evidence. Both of our hearts tightened. The old man took the box and left. I tried to give the money back, but he shrugged me off and drove away. Then a string of weird things started to follow us. We got photos of the old man for no reason. At a dance, the waiter stared at us and grinned weirdly. Someone wrote, "Nowhere to run" on our car window. Another waiter flashed us strange hand signs. We couldn't sleep. Panic jabbed at our chests like needles. Me husband got the next morning as I was about to head to work. The phone rang. It was him. He knew my husband was investigating and warned us to stop playing with fire. He told us our every move was under his watch. I looked out the window and saw a stranger standing there, just staring at our house, and the sight chilled me to the bone. Me husband went to the library to research, only to realize 5 burly men were tailing him. He bolted up to the church upstairs. In the church, everyone's eyes pinned him like needles. Then a nun stepped forward, led him into a room, and started some kind of ritual. She pushed like she was calling something, and the whole place felt suffocating. Suddenly, 3 water doors appeared before him. The nun told him only one was the door to life. The other 2 were doors to death, and if he didn't choose, he'd be cursed. He froze, then slowly walked toward the second water door, reached out to test it, and the door sucked him in an instant. The next moment, he was trapped underwater. Later, I woke up to find him floating above our bed while I had been out cold. Waking up, I saw him trapped in water and reached to grab him. But the water was pouring down the stairs. Our son ran up to see what was happening. We had no idea how to explain any of it. It wasn't over. At a friend's wedding, my husband was grabbed at gunpoint and shoved into a car. The man said he was the last box's tester. His wife had pressed the button and got the money, but the old man used their daughter to blackmail him, forcing him to choose between his wife and his daughter, and he was made to kill his wife. A Santa ran into the road, and a truck came barreling toward them. When the cops arrived, the car held only the dead man. We were sent back home. When we got home, the old man was already waiting. He announced that from the moment the button was pushed, the punishment had begun. Our son had lost 2 senses. He couldn't see and he couldn't hear. The old man gave us 2 choices: take the $1,000,000 and enjoy the rest of our lives, but our son would be disabled forever, or take the gun he gave us and shoot me yourself. Then our son would be fine, and the $1,000,000 would be deposited into his account on his 18th birthday. Me husband grabbed the gun off the table and pointed it at the old man. Rage and despair mixed on his face. The old man coldly said, "Do that and your son's life will be a lifetime of pain." He left and casually told us our son was locked in the bathroom. We pounded on the bathroom door, screaming his name, but he couldn't see or hear us. We held each other and cried, making a final goodbye. We chose our son. In that moment, the $1,000,000 meant nothing. Meanwhile, somewhere else, another family faced the same temptation. A woman there pressed the box's button. Gunshots rang out. The husband fired. The police called again. The husband was arrested, and our son was restored. The old man appeared again to the woman who had pressed the button. She got her $1,000,000. One family's nightmare ended, and another family's nightmare was just beginning.